Hello, this is Oliver from Neo, and today I am testing a new Sencha which we received from our farmer Mr. Masudaen, which we visited yesterday. We could see his organic green field of the matcha. And in addition, he presented us a really new Sencha which he got in this year. So it's a new harvest from this year. You can see it's a very dark and low or dark colored green tea, which is coming from the shading time, which is around 18 to nearly 20 days of this tea. And you can also see that actually we have long needles here, so the needles are pretty long. A high quality tea, definitely due to it's how it is curated. You can also see there are no stems in it, so really all the stems are taken out, so to guarantee also low bitterness of the tea, because sometimes the stems, as they contain a lot of minerals, they don't give directly bitterness, but nearly an acidity to the tea, which is known, which comes out in this haze flavor. This tea should not have this at all. If you take just now we take a sniff. So it's really there's this grassy taste, but there's nearly a little bit of a wax taste, or smell, which comes a little bit from also Gyokuro, where you get the shiny leaves. So the leaves, they get a little bit shiny in actually the daylight. So this is the high amount of amino acid, and sometimes this should end out a little bit in a creaminess in the taste. I smell also fresh zucchini, definitely. So really fresh grassy, or maybe young spinach leaves. And a sweetness, but not so much as with the Gyokuro. Gyokuro has more of this really sweet umami taste. This has still a little, like a fresh note in it, so a fresh breeze of fresh grass, definitely. So we put it in for the first steeping. I took here now a little bit more. It's around 10 grams. You can use around 5 to 7, which is way enough, but I really want to see how the taste of this tea will be. And we just leave it in for around 60 seconds. I have used now temperatures, degrees. I don't have a kettle here in Okinawa where I can see the temperature, but it's around 40 to 45 degrees. So rather low for this Sencha. Then we can leave it, we can pour it out the first time. So I can show you the color of the liquid. So the liquid is really, you see it's golden, but it has a little bit of a cloudiness with it. So it is in this way. It's also should be more creamy. So let's just taste it for the first time. So here we have much more of an asparagus taste in the liquid. So with this Sencha, I think it's very important that you keep the temperature low. We tasted it with a little bit of a higher temperature, about 70-75 degrees at Masudaen. It had more of a, it had much more of a stringency in it. So if you go down with the temperature with this, you really get a soft sweetness of the tea, asparagus note, I would say, a little bit of artichoke as well. and a little bit of a grassy note. Nearly it goes slightly into a little bit of dry grass note in the end. So the first note is really asparagus. Zucchini you have much less, you have more of artichoke, you have a subtle, very subtle and soft sweetness, and in the end it goes over into a little bit more of a dry summer grass note, but not too grassy. It's not like a Shincha or a strong grassy Sencha, so there's a lot of sweetness to it, and no acidity. If we just prepare already the second steeping. So I really have here low temperature around, I would say it's around 40 degrees, 45 maybe maximum. So it's a rather low temperature. It's important with this tea to not have too much astringency. If you like astringency, you should go higher. It's also a little note of sweet corn. It's really also a really complex taste. I personally like it when it shows a lot of different tastes, and with this tea you definitely have it too. It changed a little bit more in grassiness now, a little bit less of the zucchini taste and a little more freshness. And also here in the second, it got a little bit more of astringency, a little bit more acidity in it, but not too much. It stays very, very subtle, still in astringency, so it is a very, very nice taste in terms of sweetness, in terms of corn, sweet corn. You have this asparagus taste which stays up, and you can do, I guess, even a third, fourth or fifth brewing with this without that the tea is losing too much taste. So, and it lingers a lot in the mouth, so the taste experience lingers on. And now you have a slight acidity mixing into the taste, but it's very subtle, so still very, very, very fine to drink. Yeah, I would say this tea really, you have to take care that you keep the temperature low. When you keep it low, you have a very soft, nice and fine tea, and then you can really enjoy it on the side of its sweetness. If you go higher with the temperature, then you definitely are more aiming for the stringency of the tea, where this tea certainly can also show astringency, what we saw at the tasting at Mr. Masudaen's tea farm. Okay, so this was the tasting of this tea. I wish you all a great day, and I hope you liked the tasting. Bye.